All right. Hopefully that worked. We're going to see if that's working. Hopefully it's working. If you guys are in here right now, Pocket Profit, second time. This is take 2 of this live video. Hopefully you guys are coming in here any second. Hopefully this one's working. Okay, Kitty, you're here. All right, you're first. Christian, you're back. All right, good deal. Looks like we're back on working. If you guys can go ahead and check, make sure that description is in there now. Hopefully that is working. Hopefully I fixed everything. I try to re-put it on Facebook and send that out. So hopefully that is working now as well. You guys let me know if that is working, if the description is there. Thank you guys so much for coming back and helping me out with that. Make sure, let me know if that description's there, because that's going to be important. It better be there, dang it. If not, then... Alright, description is all good. Thank you, James, for telling me that. Alright. Sorry about that. Stupid thing sometimes just doesn't work, and I really do appreciate you guys letting me go in and fix that. But since the description is there now and it is working, you guys go ahead and look at that Facebook group link. Click that link and then request approval for that, and I will let you guys, and I'll go ahead and approve that, and we can all join that as well. Let me grab some coffee. I wish Jennifer was here. They wanted to see my cool coffee mug that turned color. You should get a webcam for live streaming. I use a Canon with green screen. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm using my phone. I just got this phone. It's the iPhone 8 Plus, and it works great. I have a webcam and everything, but I don't think I really need it. And this is a good place. Jennifer! I gotta show... Okay, everyone stop just for a minute. Jennifer is here, okay? I wish I'm really bad at names, so I don't want to try your last name. Peltier. Peltier. I can't. I'm bad with names, okay? I'm sorry. But everyone needs to give her some love. She was so awesome. She went ahead and donated me a little bit of money, and I so much appreciate it. I really can't express it enough. It really means a lot to me. It really does, because you guys know when you're a small YouTube channel, you don't make any money, guys. Like, some of my live videos from a week ago or whatever, it has made like 3 cents, okay? I'm here to have fun, hopefully have you guys learn something. I want to learn from you, but it really does help, because a lot of times my streams are an hour, sometimes longer. The last one was like over an hour long, and you know, that's time I'm dedicating to this. And you know, you guys can understand, we're business people. We know how that works with putting time aside for other projects, and it's just really, really, I really do appreciate it, Jennifer. So thank you, everyone who said something to her. Let her know that she's amazing, and I really do appreciate it. So, well, thank you, Jennifer. And here's my cup. I actually have hot coffee in my cup, okay? A lot of times it's black and you can't see anything, but when it's warm, it turns into the Marauders map of Harry Potter. If you guys don't know, I'm a big Harry Potter fan. If you're not, I don't care. I am, so whatever. I don't feel weird about it. I love Harry Potter. It's awesome. Yes, you like that? It's cool. My mom got it for me. Thank you, Mom, if you're watching this. I probably not, but thank you. But anyway, yeah, it's really cool. When it's cold, it's completely, you can't see anything, but when it gets hot and warm, you actually can see everything, and it's really cool. But I digress. But alright, everything looks to be working good. You guys are all here. The only thing is we got to get that likes back up, because we ended up having to end that last one. So we got 10 people. I hope I can see 10 likes here in a second. I'd appreciate it. It really helps me out. James says he wants coffee now. Someone better make James some coffee. He's going to get grumpy if he doesn't get any coffee. Well, he went hunting. James went hunting today. He still hasn't told me if he got anything. I'm interested to know if he got his buck he was searching for. And we talked about this, guys, in that Facebook group. So, hey, you make him coffee. All right, James, come here. I'll make you some coffee. Oh, James did not get his deer. Ooh, sad news, James. He saw some does, but he was waiting for that buck, that magical buck with all these, whatever. I think about murder without coffee. You might want some coffee then. You better have some coffee if you're thinking murder without it, okay? All right. Let's try to... this is how my streams go. Elizabeth, you're new here. This is how it goes. We're just kind of Yeah, a little bit everywhere, but we do get some good topics in, and we do talk. This is where I have fun. I like talking to the chat. That's kind of what these are. I call them chat talks because I talk with you, you know, not just at you all the time. I want to communicate, and maybe that's good because we're small right now and we can do that. Who knows down the road? We'll figure that out once we get there, but for now, I'm enjoying this. This is fun. We're a little crazy. We're a little unorthodox, but that's how we do things at Pocket Profits channel when we go live. All right. So let's go with our little outline here. We're going to talk about, the first thing is we are going to talk about is best way to list items on eBay, okay? Now this is a, we'll just say controversial topic, even though it's not like a bad thing or whatever. It's some people list things one way and other people list them another way. It's whatever works best for you, okay? Now I'm going to tell you what I do, and some of you guys already know this. And you guys can take that with a grain of salt. If it doesn't work for you, don't do it. If it works for you, excuse me, go ahead and do that. Just give it a try maybe. Maybe you'll find it works better than you think. So for me, when I do my eBay listings, I do everything through my phone. Nothing else, okay? The only time I use my computer for eBay is when I do my shipping. Just because it's my printer's hooked up that way and it just works, and it's not wireless, okay? I do all of my eBay, almost all my business, if you guys, most of you guys know this, pretty much all my businesses that I do and run, I run everything through my phone. So, I just don't believe you need to do the whole base camera, either plug it in or wireless with a computer anymore. Cameras are so good in phones these days, especially if you have a smartphone, that you do not need, in my opinion, a really expensive camera or go from camera to computer that way. I just don't think you need it. What about you guys? Do you guys use your phone? You guys still use a camera then computer? Or I want to hear what your guys' take is on that. What is your opinion? That is the only reason I'd get an iPhone. Listing with Android is slow. That's what James said. Elizabeth says, I don't own a phone, old school pick and cam. Is there a reason you don't own a phone, or is it just you just don't own one? Laptop for listing here. Jennifer, I took your advice and started using my phone. Yes, Jennifer. There you go. She took some advice, okay? All I asked is you guys try it, okay? She took my advice, and she said using the phone is so much easier, okay? I don't know how much I can stress it. Every time I talk to somebody about listing with their phone, whether that's smartphone or whatever. Every time I kind of get the same reaction. They're kind of like, I don't know. I don't see how it could be faster. But I'm telling you guys, it is so. And Jennifer also said there's no more of the yellowing of the photos either. James says, I'm a total laptop lister. Picks first, then list. I'm telling you, James, you should try it. Just try it once, okay? Just try it once, and I don't think you're going to go back, really. She says, no cell service where I live, but tab works great sometimes. Just need new laptop, blah, blah, blah. Do you not have Wi-Fi? Is that something that... You don't need cell service. All you need is Wi-Fi to list through your phone. So if you have internet and you're listening with your computer, you should most likely have Wi-Fi. James says, on Android, it takes too long to upload photos. I don't think that's true, James. I'm not trying to be whatever, but I used to have Android, okay? I used to rock the Galaxies for a long time. And other people I know have Galaxy phones and Android, and they have no problems with it, and they never go back. So maybe quality of phone, that could be definitely something. If you have a lower tier, cheaper phone, then your quality and your speed might be less. So maybe that's more of what it is than it is the system or whatever. Love Galaxy. I have a Galaxy Tab. Works. Yeah, I used to be a Galaxy user. On mine, I have to upload pics one at a time. Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, you have to take pictures one at a time with your camera, and then whatever. So I don't know. Like I said, I used to have Galaxy. Then I went ahead and swapped, and for me, switching to iPhone was about creativity. It had better apps for me for video, YouTube, using certain programs for my Amazon merch and stuff like that. So that's where I went ahead and swapped. So, but Galaxy, you know, they're good phones too. The cameras are really good now too. So everything's good. If you get a smartphone, I honestly don't believe you should need anything else. That's just my opinion. Okay. I do 12 pics. Most of the time I can load all 12 at once on laptop. Now, James, are you using a different camera, or are you using your camera from your laptop or whatever? You let me know about that as well. I'm telling you guys, Jennifer can speak for it right now. She just said that she tried switching to her phone and it was 10 times faster. I'm not, hey, you do you guys. I'm just telling you what my opinion is and Jennifer's opinion. My man, my girl right there. Try it. Have you tried it, James? Retry. Maybe, like it said, maybe it isn't working for you because you have a slower phone. Phone camera and digital. Okay. Take pictures with separate camera, then upload 12 at a time. But Lou, love the tab, just need a new one. I see what you're saying. And you guys, it's different for everybody. You do what works for you. But I honestly think it is so much faster. And I'm going to give you guys a little secret little tip on why I think it's faster. And I don't know if you guys know this. Let me know if you do. But this one tip, okay, has saved me hundreds and hundreds of hours when listing on eBay, okay? Tons and tons and tons and tons of hours. Okay, are you guys listening? You listening? Okay, I'm getting close because it's an important one, okay? Do you guys and gals use the button that says sell one like this? Okay? Please tell me if you are or are not, or have never heard of what I'm talking about. Let me know in the chat. Okay, Elizabeth says yes. Kitty says yes. Jennifer, yes, love it. Yep, yep, yep. Yes, I do. Perfect. Yes, okay, good. James, I'm waiting on your response. You better tell me you are. Better use that sell it like this. Sell one like this, okay? Super, super important. One of the best things they ever could have done. I find the sold comps and go from there. That is exactly what I do as well, Christian. James, that is a smiley face. That is not an answer. That is not an answer, James. That is a smiley face. And I can't tell if that was a yes or dang, I really should be doing that. So you better tell me yes or no if you are using selling like this. That's what I do, guys. Especially when I sell a lot of used or new items with just some box damage or whatever. It's so much quicker, so much faster. It just, and here's another tip. So when you guys are looking for, let's go ahead and jump into keywords a little bit, okay? So you guys are going to be checking completed, I can't talk at this moment. Checking completed listings anyway, okay? So I check completed listings and I go ahead and I find whatever listing in the past couple days or months or whatever, not too long, but because the market can change, but in the last week or so, I find the listing that sold that item for the most money out of the rest, okay? If the majority of the sellers are at $30, okay, and this one seller sold it for $50, okay? $50. Now, I still might price my item at $30 because that seems to be more where the market is for that item, maybe a little higher than that, whatever. But I will specifically click the item that sold for $50 because my indication is either he sold higher and more money is because he had better keywords or he had done something better than the rest, okay? And you can look at that as a guide to your own listing, whether that's in the description. Like I said, if it's a brand new sealed item, okay, and yours is no different than that person's in any way, look, you could even almost copy the description completely if it is 100% accurate to the same item you're selling. Because they might have added some keywords in there that you wouldn't have normally. They could have added other keywords that the other people didn't know about and didn't put in their listings. And that's why they got that higher price. Okay? So that's, for me, super, super important. I don't know if you guys have done that before or thought of that before. Let me know if you've thought of that before in the comments so I can read them. But that's definitely something for sure to do when you're looking at eBay completed listings and you're going to be selling the same exact item. Super, super important. And using your cell phone. I'm just kidding. That's just me. I use my cell phone. I'm not that smart, guys. I just learned some stuff throughout the time of doing this, and that's all I'm trying to share with you guys. You guys are right where I started. So when I buy something, I will pay more if a seller has a good listing. What do you mean by that? Completed, stuff like that? Or I'm not sure what you kind of mean by that, James. Maybe I missed it. You know, reading. Who needs to read? Just kidding. But yeah, so that's kind of something I want to talk about because it was asked in our Facebook group. Was sorry guys. Asked in the Facebook group, like better. Oh, okay, James. I see what you're saying. Yeah. If they have better quality pictures, description, all that stuff. Absolutely, you're right. But yeah, I wanted to touch on that subject because someone wanted to talk about it in the Facebook group about better ways to list items and keywords. So my secret, so secret, obviously you guys know it is, sell one like this, okay? And look for the higher price items that sold and piggyback off their title and keywords, okay? That's all you got to do. You don't have to be a genius. Just look for, okay, that one sold for more. All right, sell one like this. And then kind of look at their description. Okay, they have keywords that I hadn't had before or I didn't think about. Put those in there and should hopefully sell faster, better, and more money. So that's a little bit of information for better ways to list on eBay, like using your cell phone. James, just kidding. I just highly recommend it. Anything you guys want to touch on that topic before we go ahead and move on out of this subject? Anybody use watch count? I'm not sure what that is. Let me know what you mean by that, James. Is that like an app or something that adds watches to your stuff? Selling stuff sounds fun. Well, you better start. Gotta get a cell phone. I would suggest it. Hold on a second. I mean, do you not have a phone, or do you not have a cell phone, or do you not contact people like outside of your home, or you just the bill would be too much for you right now? You know, I would need a little bit more context on that because it just depends on your situation. I would say if you have a phone already, then let's see, I don't have a cell, live in the middle of nowhere. All right, well, what I would suggest is, are you always in the middle of nowhere? Do you never leave the middle of nowhere? Do you go into town to get groceries? Do you do whatever, okay? I would suggest you do, right, Elizabeth? You do go away from your house at times. Now, you said you're talking about kind of like a tablet, okay? Well, your phone essentially is a tablet, okay? It can do everything pretty much what your tablet can do, but better and have better options outside of just a tablet. So in that regards, if you were thinking about getting a new tablet anyway, I would just recommend getting a phone and then going on a cheaper plan like, yeah, I think it's quicker. A cheaper plan like, I don't know if you guys have Straight Talk there or stuff like that. I know there's like cheaper options you can get, and sometimes they have better service out in the middle of nowhere. And you can also check your locations to see if they have cell service that would actually reach you, so on and so forth. So I would say if you were going to get a tablet anyway, I would just get a phone with a cheaper plan. That's what I would suggest. Get a good phone with a cheaper plan that can hook up to Wi-Fi so you can use it as your tablet like you were going to anyway. And then you would also have it for business, and you could write some of that money off when it comes to tax time because you are using it for your business. It won't be the whole thing, but it'll be a small percentage. But I'm not a tax professional, so I better just say that. I'm not a tax professional. You'd have to ask your tax person to make sure. I don't want to get in trouble. And thirdly, if you have a cheap plan, one, it's not very expensive, and you could get rid of it completely if you end up not using it, and you could use it just like a tablet before. But you could also be using that phone on that service, whatever, outside when you do end up going into town. Someone might give you a call, or a customer might have a question or a complaint or something, and it would just be at the time where you're outside and do have service and do have time, where it could be beneficial than waiting till you get home to check Wi-Fi like you were going to do anyway. So Elizabeth, I don't know if that helps you at all or gives you any inclination of what you should do or what you think you could do. Maybe it makes you think about things a little different. You let me know if there's any more questions or anything you want me to talk about more on that subject. Right, and I'd like to use it for scanning as well. Yes, scanning would be great. I scan stuff all the time for eBay and Amazon. I gotta have Verizon where I am. I just switched out of Verizon, James. Not because I didn't like their service. Their service was great. It worked everywhere. It was fast, good speed, everything. But they didn't offer anything, really. I was at the point where I need a new phone. I would go over my data a couple times, and they just didn't offer. I went in there trying to help them keep me as a customer. I walked in, and I was like, hey, I need a new phone. What kind of plans or services or things do you have going on so we could get me a new phone and upgrade to a unlimited plan? And they're like, we got nothing. So, and I was like, well, I'm probably gonna switch to AT&T because they have buy one get one phones. They have specials going on right now, and unlimited plans that end up gonna be cheaper than your service, or almost the same. And they were still like, sorry. And so I left, and I went to AT&T and I swapped. AT&T is the other choice, but not quite reliable as Verizon. Honestly, I haven't noticed a difference yet, James. I think they're getting so close into quality between the two that I don't know. I haven't noticed a single difference yet. It'll be a test when I go to the cities, but the cities normally has really good service. And I live out, like I said, my town I live in doesn't even have a stoplight. So I have had zero issues with it so far. But they also state, I'm going to put some of these in here, that Minnesota is the best covered place for AT&T. So I don't know. But that's just what it is. But yeah, I would definitely suggest a phone. So I think we're kind of done with that part of the little outline I have here, the eBay, how to list better. If you guys had any more questions about that, anything I could touch on for you or help you out, whether that's listings or keywords or whatever, go ahead and ask, and I'll try to answer those as best I can. Anything at all. They need to stoplight. They need a stoplight. The squirrels can't drive. What are you guys talking about? I don't even want to know. It doesn't look like you guys are the trolls tonight. We don't have. Normally we got some trolls in here that are saying some quite interesting things. Did you catch my answer before watch count? I did not, James. I'm sorry. I sold a pickle today. Come on, let's be realistic, kitty. Did you actually sell a pickle today? If you did, I'm interested. You piqued my interest. But I have a feeling that you really did not sell a pickle today. I'm just saying, I don't think you did. I don't want to call you a liar, but I'm just saying. You guys are some trolls in here today. Alright, so I think we're going to move on. Before I move on, who's all doing... Okay, hold on. James says website that shows keywords used for sold listings. And let's go ahead, James, go ahead and shout out that name of that one more time, so if people didn't see it, they can also see it. You said watch count, is that what you said it was? Let me know if it's watch count. Yeah, he says watch count. So you guys look at that as well. Look at watch count. It helps you, I guess he said, pull up keywords and other things from sold listings that can help get better views and better turnover rate, hopefully on your listings on eBay. All right, so before we leave this eBay subject, I want to ask a question about Amazon. Who's all in here that does Amazon? And let's just say Amazon Amazon FBA. I just like to know if anyone's in here that does Amazon FBA as well. Reaching for my water. Christian, Amazon FBA. Not Amazon yet. Well, you better get started. I'm telling you, it's going to be harder later. I just need to get a sponsor so I can be like, yeah, I drink this all the time, right? No, I'm just kidding. Kitty says no. James says not yet, planning to do that after the first of the year. Jennifer, I have an account that they charge me $40, but I haven't used it yet. Well, you better use it and make it worth your while. Christian says just books, trying to break into other types of merchandise. Definitely, I would definitely do a bunch of different areas. I do a huge variety of stuff. Praying merch by Amazon comes through soon. I hope so too. I do. I mean, it's awesome. I love merch. I was working on that kind of today. I had a couple designs I created and uploaded today, and then I have 1 or 2 that are ready for tomorrow. Because they only allow you a certain amount of uploads per day, so once you hit the limit, you're kind of stuck. All right, well, let's go ahead and let's move on to this other topic. We're going to talk about outside the box sourcing, and I know James wanted to talk about this. He had mentioned it in the Facebook group, so that is what we're going to talk about today on this part of it. So we're going to talk about sourcing items to sell, and we can go Amazon or eBay. We'll kind of do a little bit of both here. So let's go through the basics. Everyone knows garage sailing. Okay, that's not out of the box. We all know garage sailing for eBay, Amazon, other places, okay? So that one's pretty simple. Thrift stores, another one that's pretty simple. We all know going to thrift stores, looking for clothes, board games, all that kind of stuff. Those are pretty easy and not anything I don't think we need to talk about a whole bunch because we're trying to talk about outside the box thinking, okay? Then we have RA, which is a little bit harder in a way and a little bit more closed lips about. I was just curious if anyone had thoughts of any other off-the-wall ideas for sourcing. And you had said wholesale and vendors. Okay, so I have a few that I wrote down that we will talk about. Christian says, do I need to bag things? I couldn't read that out. Sorry, that went too fast. But so we're going to talk about a few things. So we talked about RA, like I said, is a little harder. A lot of people are more closed lip about it, and there's reasons why. I think most of you guys know what those are. But you guys know what RA is, buying stuff from retail stores and then selling it online, like big box stores, Targets, Walmarts, clearance, items like stuff like that, okay? So we know those, for the most part, are some of the major ones. There are wholesale, that is another big major one, but not very easy for a lot of people to get into. So, I mean, I shouldn't say not easy. I mean, they're just not one that a lot of people do, maybe in the lower tiers of reselling. You have to build up kind of for it, and then there's more steps involved to doing that than I would say thrifting, garage selling, RAing. So that's why that one's kind of I put over here in this box. But all right, let's go ahead and talk about one that I think anyone can do and you guys could look into as well. Okay, and this one's gonna sound kind of maybe I don't want to say stupid, but it might sound a little stupid in a way. Okay, sourcing from your local mom and pop shops. Okay, what? You're like, huh? What are you talking about? Okay, now James, this might be a good one for you. If you are in a small town or in a town that's not very digitalized, or it's obviously not Silicon Valley or something like that, you are going to find mom and pop shops or small locations and small shops of people that only sell through a storefront, okay? Only sell through a storefront. They have a brick and mortar, and it's the only place they sell their goods, okay? Now, what happens with that is you, as an online seller, let's say, can take their product and market it either for them online, or you can buy it direct for them and sell it online. You can source it from them and do it online. So that's something maybe you guys can think about. Maybe that gets your mind going a little bit, okay? You got someone in town that you know, or you know them, or you know their store, and you can go in and be like, you know, hey guys, do you guys, I'm interested, do you have an online presence when it comes to selling any of your products? And if they go no, you can position yourself into either one, being the middleman, where you take their products and you sell them for them, and you get a percentage of the sale, okay? Or you can tell them, well, how about I buy direct from you for a lower cost and sell it online, okay? And some of these places will say no, absolutely not, and some of them will say yes, okay? Now this is kind of like wholesale in a way, but instead you're going direct to the person providing the stuff, especially if it's handmade or they made it themselves, okay? You can fill that void for them and do it that way. So that's one way that's a little bit outside the box that I think a lot of people don't think about when it comes to selling like on eBay or Amazon. You could do that and find more items to sell, more products, and do it that way. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Have you guys ever tried that? Just going into a local mom and pop shop, selling whatever they're selling, crocheted blankets or whatever, and say, hey, I would love to sell your products online if you would let me, and then figure out a way to do that, whether it's, like I said, it's percentage per sale, or you're buying direct for a cheaper price and then selling it online for a profit or whatever. Have you guys ever thought of that before, James? Is that something out of the box a little bit that you haven't thought about? Yeah, you guys should definitely give it a shot. I mean, the worst that's going to happen is they're going to say no, and then they're going to not sell as much. You know what I mean? What's the word? All you're trying to do is help them and help you at the same time. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's just my opinion. But that is what it is. And no, get the hell out of my store. Get out of my store! Yeah, they might say that. I mean, I've had a couple people angry about it because they just are confused. Like, I had a thrift store in the town I live in that I went in, and I was like, talking to them, like, because they got toys and some other stuff, some return pallets and some other stuff. And I was like, and there's stuff they couldn't move. They had it on their shelf, so it wasn't selling very well. And I was like, hey, I would love to buy some of this product from you guys. I sell online. I'm a reseller, you know, and try to talk to them about it. And they didn't want any of it, none of it. They actually tried to get me to come pick up all like the really bad technology stuff, because they don't sell anything like technology wise. They just donate it or throw it all away. So like, you know, they would get like probably video games in there and they probably threw them out. They probably got you know, good stuff and they threw it out. But they would call me and be like, yeah, we got these 3 really big printers, can you come pick them up? And I was like, no, what, you totally misunderstood anything we just got done talking about. And that'll happen, because obviously they were trying to get me to take them, because you actually had to pay to have them hauled off or thrown away. So just be careful of that. But it doesn't, you know, whatever. They said no, it didn't work out. Big deal. I'm on to the next thing, okay? So it doesn't hurt to try. Go ahead and give that a shot. So another one we could talk about just for a second is private label. That's not really outside the box. A lot of people know what that is. Basically, you take a product that someone manufactures, put your name, logo on it, and then sell it as your own, and you make money on it. A lot of people do really well with that. I would like to do that maybe in the future, but I have not. I'm very limited in knowledge on it. I just know I'm and I don't really have a lot of information on it. I could try to learn some more and try to give you guys a little bit more information on it. But like, I'm not a guru on drop shipping. I'm not a guru on everything. I just know a little about a lot of things. So I'd like to do that. James, it'd be good for us because we're in the middle of nowhere, town, okay? It'd be nice. But it's something that you actually have to put a lot of time in, just like anything, and learn from. So that is another one. If you haven't heard that term before, private labeling, definitely do some research on it. Type it in, look at YouTube videos, go to YouTube School, and look at that and see if it's something that you would want to you know, go ahead and do. So another place to source that could be a good one, and it kind of goes back into the mom and pop shop a little bit. You guys should be looking local level. So what I'm going to say is trade shows, okay? Trade shows, craft shows, amazing places to try to make contacts and talk to people. I don't know how many times I've talked to people at trade shows for whether it's, I don't know, chili powders or seasonings or woodworking or something like that. And I'm just generally curious because I mean, I'm always looking for ways to get more products to sell or whatever, and I'm just curious on how people market and do their own stuff. So I would go up to, let's say, a woodwork and be like, hey, your stuff is really, really nice. I'm just curious, do you have an online presence? Do you sell online? Do you do any marketing in that regard? Or how do you get your name out there? And they'll go, well, we mostly just do trade shows, and we have a Facebook thing, and that's really about it, and we're doing okay. And, you know, just start a conversation, be like, oh, okay, and then you can tell them a little bit about yourself, what you do, and you can kind of gauge to see if they're interested, or you know, interested, like, oh, tell me more, or they're just like, no. You know what I mean? Just kind of gauge it. And like I said, it doesn't hurt anything. They're going to say, if they say no, well, all right, maybe they missed an opportunity, maybe you did, but you're still at the same place you were when you asked them. So scoot on to the next person, you know, and just ask them, talk to them, especially if you can find someone selling smaller item stuff like a seasoning or something like that. That would be really easy to market and easy to ship for yourself, whether it's on Amazon or eBay. You know, those really nice little items are perfect to do this for. It doesn't take them a lot of work because they're going to have a case ready for you. Then you can market it and put it on eBay, on Amazon, all those places. And just look at that. Go to your trade shows. It's great in small towns because they don't have a lot of times that online market presence, and that's where it could work perfectly for you. Or maybe they do, but they don't have a spot on eBay, or they don't have a spot on Amazon. They just have their own website that they make, you know, a few sales on a day. But if they had other outlets or someone that could purchase 100 items every 2 weeks, and maybe you're making less than they are per sale on their own website, but they're constantly selling to you, and you're selling and they're selling. So it's this kind of cool circle effect that you guys should definitely look at. And, you know, that's a little bit outside the box that maybe a lot of people don't talk about or don't touch on, and something you guys should think about. How about, have you guys ever heard of that, anything? Have you guys heard about doing that? Have you ever thought about doing that? Have you ever gone to your local town's trade shows? Most of them, like, at least for where I live, we normally have a couple all the time. Let's see, nautical themed crafters and woodworkers. Yep, okay. A lot of people there. So look at that, James. You could open a an Etsy store and base it off the inventory you get off a woodworker. Huh? Think about it. Get that business brain going, because it's a handmade item, and you know, you bought the rights to sell it from that person. And you could even market it as their name as long as they're okay with that, so they don't lose their artistry when it comes to it. You know, you could be the, I don't even know, Pocket Profit woodworking Etsy store, and you run it and you sell the items off of it, but, you know, it's my name still, but I'm giving you permission to do that for me because let's say I'm not an online person, I don't know how Etsy works or whatever. So definitely you could look at that. I actually helped a buddy out. Her husband's really good at woodworking and wood burning and all that other stuff, and she was trying to sell things through Facebook, and I helped her kind of get Etsy set up, and now they're doing trade shows and things, and they seem to be doing pretty well with that. So definitely look into that, especially if you have friends or know people who are creative and they're looking for that little help, that little leverage to help them get a little past it, and you can help in your own path as well. So something to think about, okay? So tell me if you guys thought of that before. Let me know. Have you guys thought about doing that before? Would you do it? Would you feel scared? Some people just feel really scared, and maybe they're just not confident in their ability as a reseller yet, or they're just not confident enough to talk to what looks to be an established business and whatever. Maybe that's part of it. Just let me know. What is your opinion on doing that? Let's say talking to people at trade shows and things like that. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'm watching. I want to hear your opinion. This is what this is. This is chat talk. I'm talking and you're chatting, and let's do it together. So let me hear some stuff. Any ideas? What do you guys think of that? Come on, James, Jennifer, all you guys. Let's get that chat going. Let's see. I've never been to a trade show, believe it or not. My opinion is, first, I'll be kind of scared. Jennifer says, good idea. On the fact of being scared, okay, business in all aspects can be scary in a way, okay, but you can't move past anything till you get past that fear, okay. Was I afraid, let's say, to do this full time? In a way, yeah, but I took a calculated risk, you know, but there's still that uncertainty in a way, and sometimes you just gotta leap for it, you gotta go for it, okay. So don't let that hold you back, okay. Kristen says, not ready to go in that direction yet. I want to work on a few other channels first. Okay. Yeah, you got a plan that works for you. Scary things become the most profitable. Yeah, you know, not sometimes. Yeah, absolutely sometimes. For sure. That, you know, not always. I mean, sometimes it's just scary to go outside. So for some people, okay. But once you do, it's beautiful, right? So yeah, scary things a lot of times can be the most rewarding. There's actually a video I watched with Will Smith talking about jumping out of an airplane. If you guys haven't watched that, that's pretty actually inspirational in a way. Will Smith, if you're listening, I'm shouting you out, but I'm sure he's not. But you guys should listen to that. He talks about how he was going to jump out of a plane, and he didn't want to look like a scaredy cat. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to jump. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Whatever. And for the next 2-3 days, he couldn't sleep. He couldn't hardly eat. He was so scared to do everything, and he just was worried so much, felt sick. And then he finally went on the plane, still scared, and jumped, and it was one of the greatest experiences of his life. And he took all that time, all 3 days or whatever it was, of just being scared and sick and uncertain. But once he did it, it was the greatest thing one of the greatest things he's ever done. So I don't know if that gives you guys a little bit of an idea, and maybe you should think about that next time you guys get scared. Because everyone gets scared. I get scared still, guys, when I'm doing products and things. Like I explained with an FBA thing where I could have bought more and I didn't because I was a little bit scared, I was a little bit timid, and now I wish I would have. You know, so calculated risks. All right. Getting off topic a little bit, but that's how my show goes. I love Will Smith. I love me some Will Smith too, okay? I do. You're right, Elizabeth. All right, next one I want to talk about is another kind of common one, but maybe people don't do it, and maybe they don't have any in their area, and that's flea markets. You guys, I would highly recommend sourcing at flea markets. They're getting a little tougher now, in my opinion. Just for the fact that more people are sellers. Like, how do I put this? It used to be back in the day more people that did flea markets got their items very cheap most times, and they were just selling to just quick turn profit, and you could get items at a lower price. Now I believe since the internet search is so much better, people can do quick searches on eBay. They can just do a quick general search into Google on what things are worth. They definitely, I think the prices are going up. Jennifer says, is a flea market like an indoor garage sale? It can be indoors or outdoors, Jennifer. It doesn't have to be either or. And yeah, you could say it's kind of like a garage sale, right? But what I'm saying is there's professional flea marketers. So, and garage sailors now too. People have garage sales, but it's their business. That drives me crazy when I go to a garage sale and it's a garage sale, but it's a business and they're asking full retail. Yeah, they're also called swap meets. Swap meets is another term for them. But yeah, it's basically where you get a booth and you sell your items or products at these booths. And it used to be more garage sale-y feel. It used to be more, I don't know, pickers would just buy some stuff and then they would go to sell it and they would turn a profit. But now it's more like almost, I don't want to say retail store because that's not quite right, but it almost has that feeling. Like there's like certain flea marketers that have huge video game booths and they're asking, you know, either retail or over retail, okay? Which if you know your stuff a little bit, you know obviously it's retail, but it used to be flea markets is where you could go to get a deal. Okay, you still can, it's harder now. But flea markets is still a good place to go sourcing, make contacts, you know, just even if you Yeah, resellers like us. Yeah, right. I know what you're saying, Jennifer, but it's also, like I said, a place people will rent a booth just to get rid of stuff, just like a garage sale. So, you know, people, they need resellers as well. So, and I also know resellers at flea markets that go look at other people's booths while they're at, you know, having a flea market of their own to buy products to sell in their own booth. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, I know. But flea market still is a good place to find stuff, a good place to buy stuff. I just think it is harder now. So flea market, swap meets, I think if you're in the UK, if you guys are, any of you, I think they call them car boot sales or whatever it is. That's what someone had told me on a different video, which they better be selling boots. I'm just kidding. So that's another place you can go ahead and look for items to sell online or wherever. So we kind of talked about a little bit of everything, guys. We got some eBay in there. We kind of got some other places a little outside the box to look for items. Also, like I said, if you know people who are making good quality items, but they're not marketing them online, or like I know people that make really good soap and like all that kind of stuff, and they don't sell anywhere besides like Facebook. Swap shops in rich neighborhoods. I love going to rich neighborhoods. Ooh, I love garage sales in rich neighborhoods. Finding like brand new sealed Legos for $1. Ooh, it feels so nice. I love it. One other place, I forgot actually to write this down, that's a little bit outside the box sourcing is, one second. I heard church sales are good. Yeah, church sales are good. Rich people are stupid out there. They're not stupid. I mean, I don't want to be negative. I'm going to say that they're not stupid. They just don't put value on stuff that people put value on. Their dollar isn't the same as our dollar, let's say, as a middle class or whatever. Because an item that cost them $200, they don't care. They already got the better one, so just get it out of here. It hurts them to look at it. You know what I mean? It's not that they're stupid. It's just their value is different than ours. Okay, that's how I look at it. I wouldn't look at it as stupid, even though there's always some unintelligent people. But they probably know some of the time that it's worth $5, or they're selling for $5, and it's like a $100 item. But they don't care. They want it out of here, and they also could feel good that they're giving it to someone else that maybe can't afford it. So there's a couple different ways to think about that, not just they're stupid. So not that I'm defending all rich people or anything, but I try to look at things a little different way. That's just me. Okay? Oh, yeah. All right, so I remember what I was going to say. So one other place to look for items to resell, whether it's eBay or Amazon, okay, is pawn shops, okay? Pawn shops. Do any of you guys buy, I looked like I was picking my nose there. Do any of you guys, tell me in the comments, because I want to hear from you, do you guys buy from pawn shops? Tell me. Do you guys buy things to resell at pawn shops? I want to know before I move on into more of this video. Elizabeth says no. I'm just starting to get into pawn shops. Another no. No. Kitty says no. Jennifer, no, I'm intimidated by them. Oh, you guys got to get over this being scared thing. A few I have been in are selling at higher than retail. Nothing but crooks there. That's not true. You are just a negative person right now. That is not true. They're not all crooks. They might do some fishy things here and there maybe, but they're not always. James says, I intend to, but so far been a little intimidated. I understand, guys, okay? I understand it can be intimidating, but they are a place that are trying to sell goods, okay? And you can almost guarantee they got it for really cheap, okay? You can almost guarantee they got it for really cheap. Now, what does that mean for you as a reseller? Jennifer says, can you barter in a pawn shop? Yes, I do it every single time. I never pay a sticker price, ever. Okay? They have to go through a process. You don't really have to worry so much about items being stolen and things like that, because they do that already. Once it goes past that 30 days and it's on the shelf, it's on the store floor, it's fair game for anybody. So, yes, negotiate, 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 okay? I go into a few pawn shops that I've actually built relationships with the people that work there. Whether that's talking to them, asking them how their day's going, joking with them, just hanging out for a little bit, okay? Even if I don't buy anything, we just kind of chit-chat and talk for a little bit. And I'm telling you, it pays off, okay? Good example. One of the last times I went to a pawn shop, I'm not going to give names because I don't want anyone to get in trouble if they could be. I went to a pawn shop, and a guy I had worked with a bunch of times before, he was there, and he was like, "Psst, you know, you come over here." So we were talking a little bit. He's like, "We got some good stuff that we're marking down at right near close. When we're almost closed, that's when we get the okay to start marking some of this stuff down because it's been here too long." And he's like, "Just come back, and we'll make a deal." So I was like, okay. So I left, did some other stuff. I came back, and I'm telling you guys, they had like TI-84s that he was able to mark down for like 20 bucks. I got like 2 of them for 20. Pokemon Soul Silver for like, I think it was like 15. And these were all high mark games, but they had been there way too long, and no one was buying them at that price. So they were just blowing them out. And if you guys haven't watched a video of mine before on what to do with inventory that won't sell, sometimes you just blow it out. You just cheap, get rid of it, okay? And that's just from building a relationship from people, especially at these pawn shops, okay? And they know I'm a reseller. I wouldn't always suggest telling them that you're a reseller. You have to just gauge the people you're talking about and talking to. Most of them aren't dumb guys. They've been around for a long time. They know, they let go of stuff and people buy it to resell online. They're not dumb. But certain people react to it differently. So this one that I was talking about, he has no problem at all. He actually likes me and or people like me because it gets, he either makes something or he gets inventory that won't sell out of his store, and he can have more shelf space for new inventory. So there is a purpose for us in reselling and resellers, okay? That's just how it goes. And always negotiate, guys. A huge tip to learn is looking at, a lot of times they have a date on when they were put on the floor, and certain times they mark them down. So let's say they put out a Lego set, okay, and the first price is $80. A lot of times you can see when they put out, say they put it out a month ago or that month or whatever, whatever month it was. And you come back in 3 months, 4 months, whatever it is, and it's still sitting there. Well, you can use that to your advantage. You can go, "Hey, what are you gonna take for this this Lego set?" And they're like, "Oh, the price is $80." But like, well, it's been sitting for 3-4 months. Like, obviously, it's not gonna sell for that. And you kind of go from there. And sometimes they have price breaks at certain months. So underneath the sticker, so say 80, and then after 3 months it goes to 60, and then after another 3 months it goes to 50 or whatever. Sometimes it does that, and they don't always mark it. So make sure you're really looking for those, and you can get yourself a good deal. Also, buying in bulk from them, they also give you a really good deal a lot of the time. Like, I just was at a pawn shop, and I spent like $600. It was like under $600 on these Lego sets that I had gone originally, and he had like 8, 9 of them of the same exact one. And they had put them out, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm interested in these." And it's one of the guys that he knows I'm a reseller and stuff, and he's like, "I can't mark them down yet. I can't because they haven't been sitting long enough." So I was like, "All right." He's like, "But come back a couple months if they have. We'll work something out." And so I came back in a couple months, and they still all were sitting there. Okay, all of them were sitting there, and so they already went down a price. So they were like 60 or something like that per one. But they had sat long enough where they went down to a lower tier. Plus, I was like, "Well, if I buy them all, what kind of deal?" He's like, "Well, we'll go all of them down to the markdown price because not all of them were there yet. We'll go all down to the markdown price, and then I'll give you an extra 10% off and no tax, whatever, out the door." I was like, "Deal." Okay? So I spent like $550 or whatever it was on these Lego sets that each one sold for like $100 a piece. Or it was like 100, a little over 100. So I ended up making like a couple $100 just off on that sale. So don't be afraid of thrift stores, okay? A lot of times it's more expensive some of the time, okay? The items a lot of times are more expensive, but there's also good things why, you know, for that. Okay, it's more expensive, let's say, but it's normally better quality items. And most time, obviously, if they're buying it, putting their own money on the line, they test it for the most part. I'm going to throw some of these in there, okay? They test it for the most part, whether that's a calculator or whatever. So higher quality, or it's higher price, but it's higher quality. Should have been tested, okay? So you can feel a little safer. And normally it's faster selling stuff, okay? It is. And a lot of times these places that are pawn shops are, let's just be honest, is sometimes in a lower poverty level, okay, or more middle class or under that. And people don't want to spend that money, that retail price or that retail used price, and so they won't. And so those prices will go low, and that's where people like us can get in there and get items for a good price, okay? So I highly recommend pawn shops. I really, really do. Kind of get over that fear factor. There's been plenty of times when I first started, I would just go in and I would still find stuff that at sticker price I could make money, and I bought them and I sold them for there. Then I got a little bit more comfortable, and then I started negotiating and then learning the language and learning body language, especially when it came to pawn shop people and who to talk to, and you can kind of pick and choose who you're gonna deal with that day and then go from there. So it's not necessarily an automatic thing you're going to learn instantly, but it's definitely something you can get into, learn from, and just take it slow if you need to, or go right up to the counter and be like, I want $10 off right now. You know, do whatever works for you. But pawn shops are huge. They are amazing places to find stuff, and they do want to sell it, okay? They want to get rid of this inventory. If you guys are just jumping in, looks like we got about 12 people in the stream right now. If you guys just jumped in, let me know who you are, how your day's going. Make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe and hit the bell notification. I don't know if I've said that enough, but if you guys, anyone hasn't hit that like button, go ahead and do that. Elizabeth says, fabric sells well from thrift stores. Fabrics are also cheap. Just got to know what you're selling. I have never sold fabric before. I've heard they sell good, and you can sell like nice patterns and certain ones good, but I just don't know enough about them, and it's not something I'm super interested in. Does that mean I shouldn't sell it? No, I don't know enough. Maybe you can elaborate on that a little bit, on what you mean for patterns and stuff. And Elizabeth, if you're not in that Facebook group, go ahead and click on that and join that, because that would be a good topic or good things to put a few pictures in the Facebook group of what you mean exactly when it comes to fabrics. Certain ones, or these are the ones I've sold recently, or something like that. That would be really cool. That's kind of why I want to make that Facebook group, because then we can kind of extend our conversation from our live chat here into like Facebook, and maybe we can put some pictures to our words. So make sure you do that. I would appreciate it. But that kind of covers what I want to talk about today. That kind of discussed most of the things we wanted to talk about, I think. Jennifer says she's interested in that as well, so please go ahead and do that, Miss Elizabeth. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Questions? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm kind of dancing back here, but my back's a little sore. My neck's all a little messed up. But all right, Elizabeth said she will get on there. Good. I'll be waiting for you, because I got to approve you, so I'm going to know if you didn't do it. I'm watching you. Any more questions, guys? We've got a few more minutes or so we can hang out. You guys know how this works. I normally say I gotta go, and then I don't. It's pretty normal. That's kind of how it works. You have been drinking too much coffee, probably. I got up late today. You guys know when I posted in the Facebook group, it was like 12. I don't know what happened. Normally I get up at like 9, but today I just slept. I was like just out till like 12, and I woke up and I had a bunch of work to do, so I ended up doing that. So I probably shouldn't have had coffee, but I had to show my cup. I had to show it. People were asking about it, so I'm like, oh, I'll make coffee. And then now I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of going crazy a little bit because it's late, and now I have all this coffee going and whatever. But that's an all-nighter. Yeah. No. Yeah, that all-nighter really did kick my butt for a while. Like, I didn't feel too bad, like, the day of, like, after. But then when I got home, I was just like, and out. It was, yeah, it definitely kicked my butt a little bit. Any other questions, guys? Anything you guys want to talk about? I keep doing this. I really want water, but I keep talking and then I just don't drink it. It's like I'm really thirsty. Anyway, anything you guys want to talk about? eBay, Amazon merch, YouTube, anything at all? I need some comments, you guys, some questions if we want to continue. If not, I can get out of here, get some stuff done. Anything, anything at all. I do want to make sure you guys are looking at that stuff in the description. Join that Facebook group. I will approve you guys when you guys request it. If you want to check out that merch shirt that I created, I do want to make a different one and better one soon that you guys can maybe purchase to help support and get something out of that as well. Go ahead and James is drawing a blank. Are you like literally drawing blank? No, I'm just kidding. But also, you guys made me draw a blank now. So join the Facebook group, okay? Check out that merch shirt. Oh, Twitter. If you guys want to check out the Twitter, add me, whatever. It's like @pocket_profit. I try to tweet on there when I'm going live as well. So if you can't catch me, check on that. James did his first long sleeve shirt on merch. You sold it or made it? There's a difference. I'm guessing sold it. And if you did, awesome. Also, guys, what do we got here? I know when we leave here, I'll be like, I should have asked this. Well, you can ask it in the Facebook group, and then we can talk about it on a later video as well. Or the made, okay, you made one, all right. Or you can comment after this video goes VOD or whatever it is. I forget the actual term. I hope it's VOD because I've said it a few times. But also, guys, if you want to go ahead and donate to the channel, that is totally up to you. Jennifer, again, I got to thank you so much. I super appreciate it. It really means a lot. I try to click on it, but it doesn't show me the shirt, and I'll try it on my Surface. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe that link is no longer working good. I can find the actual smaller version, because when I copied it before, it copied the really long one, but I can find the small one, and maybe you just have to go ahead and, yeah, write it down or copy and paste it or whatever. I'll try to put it in the description, fix it, do that, whatever. But like I said, Jennifer, you're awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. It helps me out so much. Totally helps me. Just, I don't know. It's this feel-good feeling, and it really helps me want to put more energy and time and all this stuff. It just really is awesome. So if you guys want to do any donations, you do not have to. I just appreciate it. And I definitely want to shout you guys out if you do. But that link is in the description below. But other than that, guys, I think we're kind of good, I think, today. Unless you guys have some more questions. Seems like everyone's kind of, it's a Monday for some people, right? Well, I mean, for everybody, but some people adjust to it a little bit more, or just better to it than others. So maybe that's just what it is today. So what is that? I'm sure he puts a stoplight. What is that for? It's not, what is the stoplight for? I don't know. But anything you guys want to talk about, anything at all, let me know. Couple more minutes, couple more. What is that? What, you guys, these are too small. You're making me look like an idiot all close, like it's a biker on the mountains. I can't read. I have to actually get close, because like when you guys do that in the chat, it is very small to see that, the emoji thing. So anything else? Anything else? Kitty, that's funny. But I'm gonna give you 2 minutes or a minute and a half, about a minute and a half to come up with anything, or I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta run to the store and get some more coffee stuff and whatever else. Jennifer, thank you so much for coming by, and Jennifer, thank you so much for that donation. It's super means a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. So, oh, James says we were making fun of stoplights. Okay, I get it now. I don't have a stoplight where I live, so I mean in the town way over I do, but see you tomorrow. I think so. I hope so. Yeah, give Jennifer some love, you guys, for sure. Christian, thanks for hanging out as well. Tomorrow, yeah, I'm not going to promise anything, but I should be able to go live tomorrow at some point. You guys all quick spam the times. Was this a good time? Did this work out for you guys? Was it nice? A good step? Jennifer says post on Facebook. I will. Yeah, post on Facebook for Jennifer. Go, Jennifer, go. Go, Jennifer, go. Yeah, thanks for everyone coming together tonight. James, thank you for showing up. But yeah, we'll try to go live tomorrow. I'm going to try to do it as much as I can. If it's not every day, every other. If it's not every other, it's when I can, and that's just how it works for me, and it is whatever. Post the time on Facebook. I think we're going to try, if we do it again tomorrow, about the same time, maybe a little earlier, the 7-ish mark, Central Time. You are welcome, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for subscribing, too. I did see that, and I appreciate you coming over and joining the channel. It means a lot to me. But yeah, go ahead and smash the like button if you haven't yet. But I think that's everything, guys. We'll try to go live tomorrow. If not, I'll try to put up a VOD or just a regular video. And if not, it happens, right? It happens. All right, I'm out of here. I got some things to do. Go ahead and join that Facebook group. We'll talk about it a little bit more on there. And hey, Pocket Prophet out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Jennifer rocks.